I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs.
Welcome, everybody. I see the chat's already taken off. Welcome to another episode of the Cleaner Cast. We are back with another week. We're on episode 16. We're bringing the heat. We're bringing the hype because the Gorilla is on the rise. We got Gorilla Car Care on the cast. So it's going to be an awesome episode. Go ahead and start dropping them comments. But let's go ahead and welcome our Canadian cohort himself, Mr. Alex Dewar. What's happening, my guy?
Hello, everyone. Happy 29th of July. Hope everyone's having a good day. Staying cool wherever you are. It is an absolute scorcher up here. We're not built for this up here. No, we prefer to control our body temperature with layers and cooler temperatures, not complain about it and then wish that there's air conditioning to rectify an issue. Have air conditioning. They're the real MVP. So, yeah.
Hot up there, huh?
Yeah. But
should have went old school and see who could tough it out the longest. Just walk out there and
yep.
podcast from the garage.
But
see who can.
Very, yeah.
The
the garage is about 34 degrees Celsius. So, American friends, you guys can Google that because I'm not going to do the conversion. It's just under 100. But
you're tiptoeing around my temperatures now.
Yep. And it today is super humid. Like I think we're over 60%. So
oh wow, yeah,
it's a sticky
you're
mess.
Really feeling it. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, bringing things to new heights with our guest from a high elevation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dropping some jokes on a Friday evening. You know, whatever I do what I can.
Yep.
But yeah, you got a little bit of information.
I do indeed, and it's involving our podcast format. As you know, we're available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to subscribe, rate and review, especially this week, because our good friends, 5 stars, our good friends over at Glovebox is giving away a T-shirt, one of their sweet detailing themed T-shirts. They got some awesome T-shirts. If you ain't checked them out, go check them out. But all you got to do is drop a 5-star review and leave a written review. You got to leave a written review so we can see who left a review, because we have 11 ratings. We have about 9 written reviews. No new review this week, but you better get on it, because in 1 week's time, next Friday, we'll give away a Glovebox T-shirt. We'll have to come up with some names in a hat. Maybe we'll have a Dewar write them up, put them in a hat.
Yep.
And
can certainly do that. And
yep.
We're whoever leaves those reviews, we'll be sure to read them off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get some good traction for us. And
yep.
We got to move the Cleaner Cast up the ranking of detailed podcasts.
So Glovebox is helping us out by doing a little giveaway for us. And
huge shout out to Glovebox. I know they got something exciting coming for August. So
yep,
stay tuned to Glovebox too.
Saw a preview of it on Instagram, but yeah, 5 stars, all that good stuff. I was about to say, Glovebox promo code Jamie if you want to go subscribe to your monthly subscription service over there at Glovebox. Get your monthly dose of car care. So let's not waste the man's time any longer. Enough babbling with us, Dewar. Let's get the Gorilla is on the rise. Everybody, welcome Matt from Gorilla Car Care in the Gorilla suit. He's coming in hot.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there he is.
This Gorilla suit's all over TikTok.
I was gonna say Matt's got a pretty clean flow even without Gorilla suit.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah, let's see that thing.
Man.
Woo!
You know it. Got to whip
styling right there.
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing
How
well,
you been?
Doing well.
You're doing awesome, man. Thank you so much for having us on.
For sure. So no Jorge. So go ahead and tell us where Jorge's at.
So Jorge's working a full-time job while we're building up the dream. So,
oh my goodness, is that Jorge falling down some stairs or something?
Yeah,
your house gets loud.
That's him coming in late, trying to get here.
Yeah, he's running in here with some gorillas, man. You better watch out.
Yep, but
gorilla slip.
So we're gonna do this podcast. We're going to get Gorilla Car Care to the next level. We're going to take off, and we're going to hype these boys up, sell some Gorilla Juice, and get Jorge working Gorilla Car Care full time.
All the time. Yeah.
That the goal? Get
That
Jorge
is
out
the
of.
goal.
That's the goal. There you go. So that's what we're going to do.
Let's
So,
make
Matt, it's
the
a
move.
pleasure to have you on the cast. Give us a little short intro, maybe, of how you met Jorge and how y'all started this and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So a little bit about me. I started selling cars when I was 18 years old instead of going to college or doing anything like that. Found a quick success without having to work too hard. Just had to work crazy hours and restart the month every month. So I was doing that for about 9 years, and I've gone like from selling brand new Subarus to selling, used Subarus and Lamborghinis and Audis that are like all tuned up and stuff. And so I was working at a performance dealership, and that's when Jorge had gotten hired on after I was there for a little bit, and we pretty much just started clicking. We had a lot in common, and then we had sold someone a car mutually, and it just like sparked a flame in both of our eyes. Like, wow, we could make a boom if we just do
Get your head
it.
straight.
We don't have to work for someone else. We could just do it ourselves and see if it works. And it's been working. We did get into an inventory hurdle, which is pretty hard to overcome for two guys with no huge capital, but we're working through it. We're trying to figure that out. So that's where we're at right now. We just moved into a 230 square foot facility at Saltbox, which is like a co-working facility. It's kind of cool. And it was just like one of the big steps of like, okay, we started with 1,000 bottles. Now we outgrew the garage. Now we got to outgrow this space, and we got to get into, big warehouse or a detail shop where we're able to put our products to work full time,
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Started from the garage, working y'all's way up. And so we'll kind of launch on in here because y'all started with the launch edition to the moon edition, now Space Ape edition. I love that y'all come out with editions. It generates a whole new hype what do y'all release? Like every 2 quarters or so, half a year? Y'all try to come out with a new theme?
Yeah, we're kind of doing it, tracking the bottles. So for launch edition was the first 1,000 bottles. To the moon was to 10,000 bottles. So it was 9,000 bottles. And then Space Ape, we're just going to do a big 10,000 bottle push. And we've got like so many things lined up. It's just hard to get it all rolled out. Like I saw you putting bucket stickers on your buckets the other day, and I was like, man, if I had these Space Ape bucket stickers that are fully designed, just need to be printed. Like it's gonna be so cool when we're able to put it all out there. But the idea is just to get the bottle design out there, the edition. And kind of get people collecting, and maybe people, doing their own auctions and biddings to collect them.
Yep.
So that's
About
kind of the
5
idea.
years down the road, people are going to be like, who's got the launch edition bottles? Who's got the to the moon? Generating that hype. Love it. And that's what going to be a reoccurring theme on this show, especially with you, Gorilla Car Care, is the branding. The branding of this brand, from the jump has been great. Love the logo. And like I said, the special edition bottles, just nailing it, I think, all the way through, even specific products. So let's go back and talk about the logo with the gorilla, with the circle. Can you just break it down for us? Because I just think it's a fantastic logo.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy over the year. We launched just a year ago, June 5th, 2021. And so we've gotten so many mixed opinions on what the logo actually is.
Right. Yep. That's why I wanted to ask about it, because you got the different color lightning bolts. You got a gorilla with the looks like shades on. Break it down for us.
It's crazy how it came together, right? So I dabble in graphic design. when I was in high school, I took like the graphic design media class. And so I have a real good understanding of how it works. And Jorge is really, really good at drawing. And so he can't really put it on the computer, but I could. So we were going back and forth with all these different gorilla head designs. And one thing that I really was going for was statistically what has been proven to be logos that sell, right? And so usually it's circle logos, right?
Yep.
And so that's why you see so many circle logos. Starbucks, Target, right? Like you think of these big brands. Well, they've literally figured out the psychology of everything. And so you can just Google, hey, what's the best form of a logo? And it'll tell you, hey, if you're trying to do a circle logo, it builds trust off the bat, right? And so we're like, okay, well, we want it to be some sort of circle, and we need our name in there. And so I was messing around with a bunch of different fonts, saw the lightning bolts, and was like, yes, all right, I like this font. So then I put it in the circle and was like, okay, it's kind of missing something in between the font. So then I don't know if you can tell, but the O and this bolt is literally the same exact thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just took that O, so basically. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, so there's that. Now if we make it different colors that kind of match the products, it'll kind of tie the entire brand together. So that's just the circle. And then the gorilla head, which everyone says shades. Everyone's like, man, I love his glasses, his sunglasses. They're so cool. And that, which is awesome. You know, it's so cool because people interpret it their own way. For me, it was just lightning bolts in his eyes.
In his eyes, yeah.
If I could bring it to life, it would be regular gorilla eye, but just with lightning bolts, like just full energy, right? And so that was kind of the thing. So it's crazy how the brand came together. It really is. It's such a long story. I could talk for days, but we were
I love it.
Analytical, statistically trying to say like, okay, what works? And 7-letter words work well for brands. So we're like, all right, let's pick a letter that we wanted to start with. We picked 7-letter word, and we just went all these different names with the letter G that we were just writing down. And Jorge's like, gorilla. And I was like, yes, yep, absolutely, dude. No question, dude. Gorilla Car Care, 1,000%. And for us, like the whole launch edition, To the Moon, Space Ape, it's all like the crypto theme as well.
Right.
And so that's kind of why I feel like we're having so much fun and like the success on social media is because we're bringing in, you know, different influences from different cultures. You've got the investors, you've got the detailers, you've got just collectors, people who just want to collect stuff, you've got art, you know, I mean, there's just so many different aspects of the brand. And so that's kind of how the logo came together. And as soon as it like was just a rough draft, because I don't know how to like fully draw on Illustrator, and neither does Jorge. So we had it like pieced together and it didn't look perfect. So we sent it in for like a final vision, you know, just to take everything that we had put together and just put it all in one and clear everything up. And so that's how that logo came together. And it's, I don't know if we could duplicate the brand because people say it's the logo, you know, the logo is so catchy. So,
yeah, I think you've caught lightning in a bottle with the lightning in the gorilla eyes. But it's funny, you brought up these big brands, Starbucks, all these brands have circle logos. I think when you first launched, people just automatically assumed you were this big brand, and it's two guys in their garage, you know, bottling some good detailing products. So I think it worked. I think the logo itself just brought a presence immediately to the detail scene. And like you said, the gorillas kind of took over the crypto world right around the time y'all launched, and you took the name Gorilla, and you've kind of, you know, disrupted the detail scene. These companies, you know, I think there's a lot of companies watching what Gorilla Car Care is doing.
I would agree to that. I would agree. Yeah, it was crazy because that same year, the Gorilla Glue girl had done that thing to her hair. And I was like, with that going on, the investors are calling themselves gorillas, and I was part of that entire movement. And then Jorge's like, gorilla. I'm like, dude, it's strong. It's, masculine. Like, it's everything that we would exactly want for our brand to be. And so it like just came together.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even out of all the brands, like I have a friend who, not a detailer, just washes cars every now and then. He came to my house not too long ago and was like, man, have you seen this Gorilla brand? Have you tried them yet? And I was like, I got some stuff on the way. So we're about to get into some Gorilla stuff.
That's
So
awesome.
like you're even, catching the eye of so many kind of casual people, and you're not even, on Walmart shelves or stuff like that. So the branding,
Right.
all about branding, and y'all completely dominated branding and
Thank you.
marketing. Dewar, got anything on that logo? On the chime?
Yeah, I like the logo. I certainly see it as shades, personally.
Yeah. Everyone
But,
says it. And I love it.
very
Like,
much.
for real, I love it.
But yeah, kind of what you said with the circle. Yeah, I had an idea, but I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? It's a safe, comfortable thing that we've all kind of been used to. But yeah, no, I think it's spot on, and I think it fits the brand really well, and it looks good models too.
G.
Thank
Davis,
you.
our local jokester, wanted to know if you've considered collaborating with Harambe on a special edition.
You know what? If you've got the contact, we have definitely thought about
Mhm.
If
Harambe.
anybody has a contact for Harambe, it's GS. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Let's do it.
He's got
Yeah, so-
quite the history with us.
Yep. So
Yeah.
going on to that, moving up from the garage to the now business park is what I'm calling it.
Yep.
Tell us those growing pains about going through the launch edition. How fast you go through that launch edition, those first 1,000 bottles?
45 days.
45
Wow.
days.
Month
So
and a
that's
half.
big business for the garage business. And so where did y'all go from the garage in between the business park to the business park? Tell us that journey.
Oh man, it was a journey. So well, a week before our launch date, right? We had everything planned, but we didn't tell anyone. We were just working on the low. Didn't want to brag about it or, let anything jinx it. And so we put it all out there, and we're like a week, 2 weeks away from launching, and boom, I get fired. Jorge and I were working together. I get fired, and I call Jorge. I'm like, bro, this is my sign to go all in. Everything's done. People who have seen it love it. I think we're just going to kill it. So I'm going all in, and I understand that, you're going to keep your job, but we're going to go all in. And so he's like, hell yeah, I'm with it. Let's go. So we just hit on Instagram with no marketing budget, nothing. We just did a giveaway. We gave away a steering wheel to kind of get following attention from people who drive cars that might watch them, and so that worked very well. We went from 100 followers to over 1,000 followers in like 2 weeks, and it started with a bunch of DMs from these people who were trying to get the giveaway. They're saying, hey, do you sponsor? Do you sponsor? Do you sponsor? Do you sponsor? And I'm like, no, we don't sponsor. Like, we only have 1,000 bottles. What do you mean sponsor? I'm like, I wonder if there's some kind of program that we could put together that makes sense for us right now to sponsor people. And because we had been in business for like 2 weeks, and we had the giveaway going, but it wasn't really turning into sales. Our first 15 days of sales were to people that we knew. And so it was like 10 orders. But as soon as we launched what was like our starter program of our sponsorship, which was just 15% off of their purchase, a discount code to share to their friends. Once we did that, literally you saw the brand just, it was insane. We had probably 10, 15 applications just on the first day. We'd signed these people up. They had placed orders right away because, they're sponsored. They want to support us. They know our situation now. I kind of explained to them, hey, we're not this huge company. You can grow with us, and our best supporters are going to be taken care of when we get to that level, And so that was kind of just the way we started the business. And so that was 15 days in. And so 15 days of almost no traffic, we start the sponsorship, which was like June 21st. I think last month I did a a huge shout out to Ben at Team Low Pro for being our first sponsor and being on for a whole year. And it was just crazy because June 21st was the first start of the ambush of sales, I'll call it. And 3 weeks later, Pan the organizer is, getting comments from sponsors saying, hey, this Gorilla Car Care wheel cleaner is crazy. You need to try it next time you do a video. And 3 people, I think, had commented that. And so I commented on the same post, said, hey, I'd love to send you a wheel cleaner. Let me know how. And he's like, that'd be awesome. Shoot me a DM. So I shoot him a DM. He's like, hey, shoot me an email. So I shoot him an email and we're in contact. And it was insane because I had learned everything I know about detail products, about the best detail products from Pan the Organizer.
There you go.
And we're literally 35, 40 days into business, he's knowing about our stuff and testing it out. And so I had just kind of explained to him, we're really low on inventory, but I will send you a bottle of tire and wheel, a bottle of wheel cleaner, and I'll send you the couple sprayers that we're testing out because we started with 1,000 bottles, but we didn't know that, the sprayers for, the high alkaline wheel cleaner or the iron remover, it does not hold up because it's just so, such a heavy chemical. And so we're not realizing that, because we just started with 1,000 bottles. So we're in the middle of trying to figure out the sprayer thing, and I'm sending it to Pan the organizer. And I'm like, I know you don't like bad sprayers. I'm just letting you know we're trying to fix the sprayer thing. If you end up having issues, I'm just sending you every kind of sprayer we have. And
nice.
he's like, cool. Next thing you know, without any further contact after shipping it out, he posted on Instagram a couple pictures of his review. And holy cow, just
took off then.
Another 1,000 followers and order galore. And we sold out. That was our very 45th, 46th day, sold out, and we had to place an order. And unfortunately, order turnaround on this stuff is 30 to 45 days. And we quickly learned with that first 1,000 bottles that if we're having this stuff bottled and labeled for us, we're not going to be growing to the pace we want to grow at financially. It costs too much. If we work and we bottle it ourselves and get the labels and label it ourselves and ship everything ourselves, and we'll have more control. Also, our cost is going to be much lower. So we'll be able to continue to grow the brand. So that's pretty much what we've been focused on. Jorge and I, we have not paid ourselves in the entire year. That's probably a huge stress factor. But it's just the thing that we have to do, because if we start paying ourselves, then we're going to lose out on inventory that we have to continue buying to grow. So it's kind of a headache, but the big thing was we're in the garage. We've got this 1,000 bottles. It took up just a little space. I mean, 1,000 bottles was only 50 boxes at my house and 50 boxes at his house. And, we sold out of that, and I was like, okay, well, if we could just store everything in my garage because I don't have that many cars. We'll get these barrels, we'll bottle it up. And then we went through issues with finding the right pumps, and, you can't use a metal pump at all. And you have to use, plastic pumps, and you can't get the small dingy one. You have to get the big bulky one, and they're $50 a piece, and you've got 15 products, and you're just like, oh my gosh, man, when does this stop? Because we started with 1,000 bottles, and we're trying to make the dream come true. And so a lot has happened. Moral of the story is I ended up going through a divorce 6 months into launching Gorilla Car Care. And so we kind of hit this moment where I was didn't know what to do with my life. I knew Gorilla was my only focus. I just didn't know what I was doing. And so everything went from my house to Jorge's house. And so now Jorge's got all the barrels, all the bottles, all of everything. But Jorge works a full-time job. And so it was not really easy for me to go in and be like, hey, I'm just at your house. Bob.
It's
my house, dude.
I got a key cut. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird, but we kind of figured it out, and it was just like, man, we have to try to figure out how to get a place. Like in Colorado, everything's expensive. We're in the Denver area, and just shops. I mean, first off, they're hard to get if you can find one, and then they're $2,000 or more. And so for a company who's just focused on growing, taking $2,000 out of our growing budget it's a pretty big hit. And so we're like
Definitely.
seeing on TikTok, everyone's doing like this storage unit for their small business. And I'm like, that's perfect. It's a place that's not your house. So I could be, at Gorilla Car Care's location, just pumping it out all day, every day, no questions. And so it was like, all right, that kind of makes sense as long as it's not too expensive. We get it for like $400. I'm like, cool, $400, same or more space in the garage. You don't have to move your cars around and wiggle around every time you get in. And then, so we get in there, and there's no electricity and there's no water.
Oh.
And I'm like, why didn't they say this on the TikToks? Come on, And so I was like, I did not even think about the electricity and the water. That was such a fast move. And then but don't get me wrong, it was such a good move, because literally from that moment, we've seen 200% growth on our sales. Just being able to attract everything by going live at the storage unit, and these different things that we're able to do, because we can be focused on it all day. We can create content all day. We can send out orders early or late. It's just like nothing to hold us back. So we moved into the storage unit, and 4 days later, this lady that's, just doing her job, checking locks and stuff, pulls up the storage unit while we're live on TikTok. And she's like, oh, you're not allowed to do that. She's like, you're going to get evicted if we see you doing this again. And I'm like, what? I totally talked to these people about everything that I do for my company. And not only did she say it was fine, but she said there was a direct competitor in the same storage unit doing the same thing that I do with 2 units. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like where I need to be.
Yep.
So that's why I signed the line. Didn't even think about electricity or anything, and get in there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's crazy. So then one of our TikTokers, like literally just found us on the live, commented, he's like, hey, you need to check out Saltbox. And so I checked it out, came and toured it, interviewed, and they're like, yeah, we'd love to have your company in here. We could help you with shipping and receiving. We've got docks, and you don't have to take all your orders to FedEx and UPS and USPS. Like, we handle it all right here. And like, just so many amenities. They've got electricity, they've got water, they've got washing sinks, washing stations, they've got Wi-Fi. I mean, it's like so much better, and it's only double the price as the storage unit. So it's half the price as a full, shop for us to get here in Denver. But it's the step for us to prove that, all right, this concept is moving forward.
It's a perfect median. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you using Jorge's garage, even though y'all are so close in the same business, but it is kind of weird, having to go to someone's house to do the packaging and stuff. So I understand that. So
mind you, funny. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was kind of crazy. Like, the advantage I feel like of Jorge and I's partnership is, like, we weren't best friends before this. Right? Like, we were strictly coworkers. And so it was like always business for us. We've just got that business mindset. So when I'm over at his house and I'm like, we're never really on. Yep. It was just, I just felt like I was invading, and it's just like, he always was like, you're not, you're more than welcome all the time. But it was just like, that weirdness. Yeah.
He wants to get out the, car sales lot. So he needs you to be pumping out these chemicals.
Exactly. So I'm like, let me prove you the concept, bro. And literally since it was June 28th that we moved into the storage unit. So it's been 1 month and 1 day, and we've had over 400 orders since. Like, and for us, that's
amazing.
300, 400% increase on what's normal. So,
Yep. Do I have to say we got a super chat? It looked like
We did. I saw that.
Mr. Juan, salute from PR.
Yep.
So Mr. Juan, salute back to you. Much
Hey,
appreciated.
salute to
Kind
you,
of keep
bro.
the show going, and we
Yeah,
might put that
appreciate
$20 to some Gorilla Car Care.
hey,
Get some of that wheel
Yeah,
cleaner.
yeah. I didn't want to interrupt Matt's beautiful little story
Yeah.
there. That's,
Yeah, but I think me and
and
you
like,
were over
it's
here
so,
going.
it's yeah. It's that's
First
so
super chat.
it's so quick though. But I mean, just to kind of touch on the sponsorship thing, which I think is really cool because Jamie and I have been involved with a similar type of sponsorship deal where you just get to network with the other people and you kind of become friends. That's really the only reason why Jamie and I really started to talk and met. So I think just the explosion of the networking with that sponsorship bit.
yeah,
Even one person can talk to one car club or car show, and it can blow up from there. So I think you guys are going in the right direction. And even shout out to Sean up here, my Canadian buddy. He doesn't shut up about you guys. It's so we're getting together to play with some of the goods and see what it's all about. So I'm excited about that.
man, Sean is always supporting. That's the crazy thing is people try to tell me like how I need to run the sponsorship program to make it so exclusive and I shouldn't approve, majority of the people. And I see it the exact opposite with our sponsorship program. Like you never know who you're sponsoring, who they know, when they might blow up,
what they'll be there from a year from now. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like, kind of transitioning people from humans to gorillas is something pretty simple to do. And they're just always going to remember it as long as we're there,
Yeah, and I mean you've taken such a modest approach with the sponsorship of things. It's not like you're sending your entire line to everybody and really taking a financial hit. It's hey, get the word out, and then you can have a discount code for yourself and then also your friends and load up that way. So yeah, I think it's how you're approaching it that way. It's good to get as many as you can.
Right. So we've got different people too that like we just hook them up because their code's always being used, or like XYZ detail in California, instead of just buying himself orders, him and a couple other detailers, they will just buy 5 bottles and ship it to another detailer and be like, hey, I just spent $50 on Gorilla Car Care for you to try it because I'm that confident that you're going to join the team. And it's just crazy how we've been growing all 50 states, literally with no marketing budget, naturally in less than a year. So it's just been crazy, that sponsorship program. And then now it's so funny to see all the new companies just like us doing the same thing, so you're like, all right, it's working, we just got to keep it going. So at first I wanted it to be like exclusive. Like if you're a Gorilla Car Care sponsee, then you can't be a sponsee of any other car care brand. And then I was like, 2 months in, I'm like, man, there's too many doing this. We're not going to be able to corner the market ourselves. We're going to have to just try to get in everyone's arsenal and then show them through the products that it's definitely the one you want to be with. So that's kind of another twist throughout the year that's happened with the sponsorship. That's been pretty interesting.
Right. So killing it with the sponsorship. Love that. Let's get back into some branding because you saw the comments I just typed up. It's generating some hype. It is simply Gorilla Piss. This stuff is the hypest. This is the hypest bug and tar remover I think I've ever seen in the detailing scene. This stuff is
because did you guys release that around like April Fool's Day? Was it around then?
No, man, that's what's crazy. We released it with the To the Moon, and it was
that was a while back then.
Back in November, but it didn't start getting traction until the bugs came.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I'm like, "There's no way this has got to be a joke or something." And then I'm like, "Nope, it's real." I'm like, "This is hilarious," and it's something that you talk about. It worked, to talk about it. So
because look, so the bug and tar remover is usually the most boring product in the brand, right? So, with y'all taking the marketing, seeing, I guess the natural color was yellow, or did y'all purposely make it yellow? Walk us behind branding this product the way you did, and I think it's been highly successful.
Yeah, so it's crazy. If you got to know the truth, right? The truth is that I'm in Colorado, and I participate in the recreational activities that we are legally allowed to participate in. And there's a brand that's really, really good at branding, and he's got a strain called Cheetah Piss. And this is something that like you smoke and you inhale. And like personally, I was like kind of weary to try it because it's something that you're putting in your body, right? But I was like, the marketing is insane. That's such a crazy name. I bet you everyone's doing the same thing. Like, I want to try it. Like, what the heck is this? Or they're just talking about it and not trying it. And so I had always just loved that about that brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had been told, like, hardcore, you guys need a bug and tar remover. Good bug and tar remover is exactly what we need. And so we get, when we go to, get a product, we're going for products that we know or are like social media marketable, or, our customers are demanding them. So we go to the blender and we're like, hey, we need bug and tar removers. And so they give us like 7 or 8 different ones to try out. And it came naturally this color. And I was like, bro, I hope it's the best, because if it is, it's Gorilla Piss. Like, I would do the same exact thing that guy did with his brand, with my brand. Like, it's not a product that should be in kids' hands. It's more of, an adult's product. And so I feel like it's not really offensive.
And it's a lot of, most likely the strongest chemical in the lineup. So,
Also that, right? And so many things. And I told Jorge, I was like, man, we just have to name this Gorilla Piss. He's like, dude, I think we should. Let's do it. And so we put it out there, and I kind of took the emojis. I took just the regular splash emoji, and I just turned it into like the pea color. Perfect. And I put that on a shirt for the Florida show last month, and someone saw me wearing it, and they're like, I want to buy that shirt. It's a little splash up front, and then on the back it says, ask me about Gorilla Piss. And so you're walking around and people are like, you can hear people, like if you're at a gas station or something, they're like, oh my God, look at his shirt. It says Gorilla Piss. What do you think that is? Like, is it lotion? Like, is it something for your car? Like, what could it be? And so people were like, what is Gorilla Piss? And it's one of our newest products. Like, it's only been around since November, but it is our company's number one keyword, number one search term. Like, pretty much,
nice.
If anyone knows anything about Gorilla Piss, it's kind of our branding. So it's pretty cool. We had that one video last week just go bonkers. And I think that was the first time that social media has actually seen Gorilla Piss. And so then they were like, oh my God, this name. It's controversial because some people think you shouldn't even have a product named that. Some people are like, I'm never going to buy it. And then some people are like, I'm going to buy it and I'm never going to use it just because of the name. It's like, so
it's got people talking either way.
Yeah, exactly. And so
we do have G. Davis asking the real questions if you want to put that up, Jamie.
What's he asking?
His latest comments here.
Asked if you're a primate urologist yet?
No one has even asked that question, man. No one has even asked that. What they said right away when we launched it was, "You got some dehydrated gorillas."
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not drinking water. They're drinking waterless wash.
There you go.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
And that kind of the viral video rolls into my next slide. Gorillas, trains, and planes. How to make a viral video. Y'all went viral a couple times now. Y'all were washing a train. So walk us through how you went to, getting the gorilla suit, to washing the train, to, making these viral videos.
It's crazy how it happened, man. So one day I was, all right, where I'm living right now is on a train track right next to it. Just one little house on the prairie. And I'm like, man, that's a good spot to like get some videos like for social media. So it started with the Easter bucket basket. We did a giveaway on there and it got like 15,000 views on the reel. And I'm like, why the hell did it do so good? And they're all like, probably because it was on the railroad tracks. I was like, ooh, okay. So then I was doing mystery buckets, and I went and put the mystery buckets like filled up over by the train tracks. And I had them all placed. I've got, 500 pictures in my phone from that day. I had them all placed all over the place. And there was one of them was too close a little bit to the track, and this train hit it by and hit it. And I had recorded that on camera. And
crazy you caught that, yeah.
Well, what's even crazier is that I posted the video that I intended to post with the mystery buckets. It did all right. And then at midnight, I was like, I wonder if I should post it like that little blooper. And so I did. I just posted it at midnight and literally woke up in the morning. It's like 60,000 views. Everyone's going crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought you were going to detail the train. And I'm like, light bulb, there's content. Oh, hell yes. So we actually had a show that weekend in Colorado Springs. It was a big show. All of our competitors were there locally. So we wanted to do something to stand out. So I went and rented the gorilla suit and had one of the friends just go and jump in it and run around. And I had to return it on Monday. And this video was kind of going up, and I'm like, man, if I could just throw this gorilla suit on fast and watch this train, I'm sure it'll do good. And then I did it. I replied to someone's comment, watched, like, the train didn't stop, so I'm just foaming the train in the gorilla suit. And next thing you know, big boom, and everyone's like, wow, this is the coolest marketing I've ever seen for a company. And then, like you said, some people are commenting like, I want to see you wash a plane next. I want to see you wash a fire truck. And so we have another huge show on Sunday. We're probably getting the gorilla suit tomorrow.
So we go.
Nice. There you go.
Now we need a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Gorilla's about to take flight.
It's always on accident. I want to tell you that with our branding and like what we've done to go viral. It's like semi-viral. It's nothing too crazy, but for some reason everyone's seen it. I don't know. It's like everyone I talk to is like, yeah, the gorilla watching the train video.
Yep.
That's like, because the videos you'll see like get millions and stuff will be like they'll go viral, but they have no like nothing to them or something. You know what I mean? So
the simplest ideas.
Yeah.
Remember it or something, right?
People remember that gorilla suit. People remember foaming the train. So good stuff there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that those ideas that come organically and you kind of take full advantage of it. Like that's.
Yep.
I've always thought about foaming a train, but never actually done it.
Yeah.
Because once you have a foam cannon, you just want to foam cannon everything. It's like
everything,
I foam
right?
cannon the side of the house. You foam cannon the side of the bus. You do whatever, right?
Yep.
Like, I could foam that. I could foam that.
Yeah, videos just forming, regular cars. They don't get views no more. I had to start flipping foam cannons to get views on them, and you got to come up with the gimmick.
So, dude, I got so many ideas. I can't wait to do the fire truck. We called firehouses right away. Fire departments were like, all the local ones, they'll definitely help. And every single one of them's like, nope, you're crazy. Nope. Our stuff is washed and waxed, and I'm like, what? You don't even understand, like. Our company does everything that you would need, So
you got to sell them on the ceramics shampoo.
Yeah.
They will ceramic shampoo it. It puts the good stuff on it. It's gonna be way better than your wax.
It'll make your truck faster. You can get on scene quicker.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Matt, run us down some must-have in your opinion. We've seen Mike in the chat and a couple other people talking about their favorite products. Give us a rundown, about 5 or so, or if you want to run down the whole product line, you can do whatever you want, of some must-have gorilla products for someone new to the brand, maybe listening and want to try out some products.
We just said that gorilla piss. I'm always going to say you need that in your arsenal.
Gotta have it.
The bug and tar remover works great on tree sap. Any adhesive left over from logos or emblems or anything like that. It's pretty good. One thing that's real big with our products is that they are concentrate ready to use, which means that they are fully dilutable. One thing that we haven't gotten to yet is a dilution chart. But the detailers who know what they're doing, they know how to detail them. And so that's why we haven't really rushed it. But it is one of those things that we're working on, because you can dilute this and still, have all of the bugs and tar and sap come off. So always going to recommend that, unless it's winter time. We don't have any bugs, but you might have sap.
Right. Well, in the middle of summer, you need some.
Yeah. Next one is going to be our waterless wash. This one right here, my number one favorite. I use it on pretty much any surface, any hard surface that needs cleaned and shined. The big thing that a lot of people don't realize is that, ceramic detail spray is waterless wash. As long as it's SiO2 base, it's kind of the same thing. And so we came out branding this product. A lot of people don't know what it is. This is a spray and wipe waterless wash detail spray that has enough lubrication to protect surfaces on mildly dusty areas. So smells delicious. Literally our number one seller everywhere we go. I mean, Gorilla Piss stepped up and took over for number one seller, but waterless wash, if we ever see a black car at a car show or something, we're going up to them with this, because perfect for black cars, perfect for glass, foam, perfect for motorcycles.
Perfect for taking to the car show too. Perfect product to carry around at the car show and introduce people to.
Yeah, it's a good advertisement. Say, hey, come check it out, and see how it looks. Be popping.
Next one is going to be our Gorilla Foam Shampoo. This one right here is a wash and wax Carnauba wax infused. So this is the same thing, kind of like a concentrate shampoo, not watered down or anything like that. So you don't have to use a lot. You can get away with 1 to 2 ounces of this in a foam can, and you can throw more if you want the crazy foam. A lot of people they're even hooking up the bottle to the foam can in those days. Hey, it's only $10 a bottle. So even if you run through it, that was one of the big things, is coming into this industry and not really knowing everything about the industry. We saw one of the big problems was these high quality products are coming with a high quality price, and when you're buying it by the bottle, especially for anyone who is, doing it every weekend, it could get expensive. And so we're one thing that we could do to stand out is hit the market with $10 bottles. And so even though we're not going to get rich quick, for us, it's the whole dang marathon. You know what I'm saying? It's a 5-year, 10-year plan with Gorilla all over the shelves at an affordable price. So definitely would say that. And then the graphene line. Literally nothing gets better than the graphene line.
I was about to say, Cool Dad Car Care Cash over here said the graphene line is fire, and that graphene tire shine leaves a fantastic finish. I was very impressed with the finish it left behind. Very smooth, easy to use, good stuff.
Yeah, so this is our graphene line. Soon we're going to get it in a little kit box so that it's all. Let's see how the heck's that lined up. Yeah, right there. So
there you go.
We got these 3 products. The tire shine. Yeah, that's a graphene tire shine. It's got 3 months of graphene infusion, and that layer of graphene that you're seeing on the tire when you apply it, that is what sealed the deal for me. You can compare it to tire shines all day. You can notice that layer of graphene. And so that's the big deal with graphene, is that it creates a layer that's impermeable and extremely hydrophobic. So when anything touches it, it's just washing it away. The Shine shampoo, so that smells like mint. You're going to use that in a foam cannon or in a bucket, however you choose to wash. This one is, a little less viscous, and it is not going to foam as much, but it's going to give you that 3 months of protection. So
there you go.
And then the Graphene Quick Shine. So this is very similar to our waterless wash.
Mm-hmm.
These two products, don't let people fool you. Very, very similar. The difference is, though, the graphene is going to lay down that extra layer of protection.
Yeah.
So
I think the graphene line, you have the graphene coating as well. So it makes it easy and straightforward for people to just buy the whole graphene line. And now they have the right stuff to maintenance their graphene coating.
Yep. That's kind of what forced us to bring those 3 products to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Was we brought the coating because, it's this new technology. It's literally mind-blowing when you see the results compared to a lot of the ceramic-based products that are out there. And we're like, we need to rush this to the market. And Gorilla Graphene seems to have a pretty good name to it. I was thinking, we could get it out there. We could push it to these people. So there's
Mike
a lot that goes behind that, though.
Mike says, don't forget Frost. Pull it up. Pull up Frost. It's the white. Tell us the process of getting that white. I know you had had to argue with him a little bit to get it white and all that kind of deal. And what kind of protection does it leave?
You know it, man. So that's the cool thing about, the lab that we work with is they've got a ton of products that are heavy hitter products that you could go to and just pick your product, right?
Yeah.
With this, it started with Christmas edition. Around the holidays, we wanted a white soap.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go to the lab and we're like, hey, we need a white soap. And they're like, nope, you can't make that. I'm like, what? And they're like, something about the titanium that, settles to the bottom anytime you put it in the soap, no matter what. And I'm like, all right, that doesn't make sense to me. Can you just show me, give me a couple samples so I could see it? And so they did. They gave us a bunch of different samples. I wish I had them, but it's been a crazy 6 months.
Yeah.
But and then like 2 or 3 days later, all the white is sitting at the bottom and the soap is clear.
Yep.
And I'm like, man,
hey, you could have sold that as a snow globe soap.
Oh, yeah.
Gorilla snow globe.
Yeah. You heard it first, folks.
Right around the corner. Yeah, right.
Remember that one 6 months from now.
Piece of that, right?
Yeah, give me 10%. We'll call it even.
Heck yeah. No, that's genius. But I was super sad about it. And I was just like, I don't understand. How is shampoo that you put in your hair white? How is it white?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you're right. It's pearl white. And if we put pearl white in this soap, then it'll be pearl white and it's not going to settle. I was like, hell yeah, sample it. Let's go.
Yep.
And
it's funny they didn't think of that at first. I think the more scientific, these guys are chemists, so they're like, white don't work, and they don't even give you the option. But then you get the toggle equipment, they're like, oh, pearl white will work. Well, let's do that.
It literally took 3 months. Yeah, it was like convincing, and it was kind of aggravating because you're like, man, you literally change the colors of all these other guys' stuff all the time. Why can't you get us white?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they gave us the samples and showed me quickly that that's why they can't get white. And they're like, okay, so if we do pearl, we get samples. And the pearl it's just sick.
Jorge.
I don't know if the camera, there's Jorge.
Just drive through the bay door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the color of how it turned out. I think it's a beautiful soap.
When we go to shows, we take one without the label just to kind of explain the story. And when you shake it, it is like just crazy pearly. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. And then
chat, hit us with them questions. Get them coming in. If you got any for Matt here, we're about to wrap it up. So get them in if you got some.
Appreciate you guys big time.
Yep. So yeah, I love the Frost story. Love the soap. Love the graphene tire shine. Dewar, you ain't tried none of it, huh?
I have not. Nope. But looks.
Got to get on it.
I love the colors. Love the branding. With the
I was
names,
late to the
obviously.
game as well. I just got
Gorilla
my
Piss,
first
hilarious.
package. Yep.
Yep.
Great branding. And that's going to wrap us up here. I don't see any questions coming in. Mike wants to talk about the wholesale program. He's
Right.
Yeah.
his
Mike
little
is
store
a
over there.
chatterbox tonight. I think he's had a few Coronas.
it's just
That's my
Mike.
guess.
Oh, what we got here? Starting soon. He ain't even started yet, Dewar. He's about to crack open the box.
There we go.
Off the tops. But all right. Well, that's gonna wrap us up. Matt, give us the plugs and we'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just GorillaCarCare.com to get loaded up with any Gorilla Clean products, and Gorilla.CarCare on Instagram, Gorilla Car Care on TikTok. That's where we will be.
Last minute question: what is the scent of Frost?
Yep, that's what I was going into lastly.
Yep.
So the scent of Frost is peach.
Peach. There you go.
Yep. So
Oh,
keep
cool.
it nice and peachy when you're cleaning your car. And you know what's even crazier about the Frost?
Yep.
It was the middle of May when we released it,
Mm-hmm.
right? May 21st. And the day that we released it, it was snowing.
Yeah. I remember the pictures. Yep.
That day. It was like,
Perfect.
wow. The universe, man. Shout out to the universe.
Crazy.
Good timing.
Yep. Well, there you go. We're available as a podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It'll drop tomorrow morning. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review because Glovebox has teamed up this week to give away a T-shirt off their website. They have a good selection of T-shirts you can pick from. So we'll pick a winner next week. You got a whole week to go rate and review the podcast. You got to leave a written review so we can see who left it. So we can put you at Dewar's going to put your name in a hat. That's what I'm trying to get at. And he's going to draw a name next week. And that's all we got. You can follow at Gorilla Car Care, at Gorilla.CarCare. You can catch Matt on the TikTok. He's always live. I always see him packing orders, all that good stuff.
Always.
You can catch promo codes. Mike's typing promo codes away in the chat. All kind of promo codes out there for Gorilla Car Care. So go check it out. And that's it. Me, Dewar, we'll catch you next week. Matt, it's been a pleasure. Absolutely love it. Next time we see Gorilla Car Care, Jorge's going to be here because we're going to blow up the brand.
Yep.
Everybody go put your order in at Gorilla Car Care. And that's all I got for this one. That's been the Cleaner Cast. Stay clean. We'll catch you next week.
Stay clean, baby.